Fate Dash Extra back a couple years ago from the Fate Stay Night series.
Know about this, you stupid asshole.
So, one of the you know about Fate, they're the Fate series, right? Where they're noble spirits and they fight basically, big battles for the Holy Grail and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, what one of them was Nero Claudius, and of course, because this is Fate Stay Night, Nero Claudius is a sexy blonde woman.
I mean, they're all like. It feels like all the guys are gender bent to like women in this.
I mean,
series.
Gilgamesh isn't, but I mean that's Gilgamesh is pretty Chad, to be fair. Also, what's his name? The Celtic one.
Yeah.
I get it, but effectively, Nero Claudius was singing like a Christmas tune, but singing it all wrong. Right, so she just is like going ba da da ba da da ba da da ba instead of saying like anything like to do with Christmas, and so everyone takes the way that character was drawn, which is like in a Santa outfit with like a bag and just spinning, and they do that for everything now.
Why are you putting bikini women on my Twitter timeline, Ghost? What are you doing?
What? Oh, that's half of what I use Twitter for is horny. What's wrong with you?
I know.
Listen, Fed.
I can't look at this at work because I don't know. Did you see what happened to Flo earlier?
Oh no, God no.
What happened to Flo?
He fucking got caught in an elevator and he was gonna stream in the fucking elevator and I didn't even notice. I was like, God damn it.
Dude, I slept in way too late. I literally woke up 5 minutes before the match today, and I was like, "Fuck me."
But then we were making a bit about like doing like a podcast from an elevator, like if it was like logistically possible. It would
But
be so
did the
badass.
wait? I have to ask.
Like-
Did the toast drop jelly side up or jelly side down?
Who are you talking to?
It's a terrible M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but
I mean, they're all bad, but yeah.
referencing.
Thanks for
stuff.
stopping by, Ruddy Rivas and Orc 333. You guys are all cool in my book.
Who you were talking about with that.
Sorry, I'm talking to chat. That's all.
Oh,
Showed up like right away this time. That's why I'm like, what the heck? I literally just started.
But yeah, we were making like we were coming up with like stupid like bits for like doing a podcast out of an elevator, doing like man on the street, but you just set up in an elevator, you put up those little fucking sound cubes, like sit down with a laptop, and, like interview people in the elevator. And I was thinking the first thought was floor to floor with Flo, and then the next one I came up with was get on my level. I think that one would be.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah.
I actually like that one a lot. Get on my level.
It's an elevator joke. Yeah. It's like fuck yeah.
I think you've definitely elevated the bar on that comedy there.
Yeah.
What about pee pee poo poo elevator?
Oh, you know what? Actually, Mount Walk, that humor is next level.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. I'm the reincarnation of ghost politics. No.
Isn't he still alive?
Yeah,
Pretty sure,
you can't. Doesn't anyone understand how reincarnation rules work? You literally can't reincarnate until you die. This is why the Emperor in 40K cannot come back and own Chaos's face, because they refuse to let him die. And as a perpetual, he would come back and he would literally wreck face as the next Chaos God, which he already
But
is.
what you don't understand is there's a next level to reincarnation, which is called pre-incarnation. And
Called
that
life.
is where you come in.
So you exist before you exist? Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Just existence,
Hey,
Mount Walk. That's all it is.
It's pre-incarnation. You know when Austin Powers loses his mojo? It's because he got pre-incarnated. Somebody else took the fire. That's how you get pre-incarnated.
All right.
When somebody loses their touch, somebody else got it. And it's like, bam! Now they're sexy.
Interesting. Interesting.
That's how it works.
Well,
That's
it's
the
not-
deep cuts on reincarnation. That's if you really want to know the deep lore, the deepest.
Reincarnation is the
That's
scam
not-
sold
that's
by
just the
the
mole man
sold
lore.
by the health food industrial complex.
Yes.
Ew.
Apple 1.2 is the number of the patch. I don't really know how to explain to you. Games get patches and they get numbered, and
Oh,
this game
Jesus
got
Christ.
a 1.2 patch.
Ah.
Like, it is.
Sorry, you rang Adel? What?
Yeah,
Also-
exactly.
Ado, how was your doctor's appointment? I was concerned for you, friendo.
Not good. I'm definitely gonna have to get surgery.
Ah!
I'm
Sorry,
gonna
that
have
just
to get that removed, but I also have a problem with my heel, in which I have basically like a large mass of fat that's like growing in my heel, and eventually it will ruin the integrity. It has a chance of ruining the integrity of my heel bone. So
See, you always hate to hear it happen, man. It's always you always hear these women that are complaining about back problems with their giant tits, and you never hear about the giant cock syndrome and needing to get cock reduction surgery.
Well, I mean,
That's
listen,
like,
you just
yeah,
keep tripping
that's,
on it, Fed, and like it's kind of a pain in the ass. You
It's-
don't
Keep
understand, like,
tripping on it.
don't understand like the actual misery we go through tripping on it. Okay.
I mean, I got the special toilet bowl and everything, so it doesn't touch the water.
Don't
but, like,
even get me
I
started
can't
about.
fathom
ugh.
Adel's giant cock problem, and I feel for you, dude.
fucking horrible. Fucking horrible. You guys are
Sorry.
terrible. I got a real issue going on here.
Well, you got two real issues going on there. One of them's got a little more tissue than the other issue.
Like dumb trick. That's great that you're wishing ill on Vouch, but like my way to wish ill on Vouch is by ignoring that he exists because he's a nobody that makes good money on the internet.
Yeah, he's pretty retarded.
Like I mean, like I don't even think like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is going. You know, I want to talk about this bill, but what would that fat horsecock lover think about me passing this bill? You know, I don't. Even she, I think, is kind of like going, I'm good.
I mean, she's obviously even more retarded than Val, probably.
Well, I think she's more
obviously
successful.
She's, you know, a congresswoman, so you kind of have to pay attention to what she says.
Well, but she can
but-
affect your life. I mean, like that's the
Yeah,
difference.
exactly.
You know.
Could you imagine Lindsey Graham like going out there and like filibustering with Roush though, and they both sing like "There's no cock like horse cock"? Like and just,
That's
like,
actually a,
acapella.
yeah.
That would be
I mean,
fucking.
Isn't
God,
Lindsey
dude.
Graham
Could you imagine a guy with a
supposed to be,
lisp
like,
that much going and doing that?
That would be something. If I saw that, I would be like, you know what? I could make this is funny enough. Like, that's nice. Good job. I would probably not throw up after listening to Congress.
I mean, like, I don't understand like caring about like who some fat dude internet is, you know? Like, I'm just some skinny dude on the internet, and people don't care about my opinions, so like, I like to just return the favor.
Oh, it's just funny when people stunt on him for being a dumb asshole.
I mean, he is a dumb asshole, but
Flam fucking, like, he makes fun of him all the time. I just find that hilarious.
Yeah, I mean,
if he's dumb enough to put his fucking weird-ass horsecock Johnson ideas out there, then...
you know, the worst part about that is, that's less embarrassing than that creature he's screwing.
Oh,
Right?
You know, the
Yeah.
actual troll, you know, the giant, the you cannot fast travel while enemies are near creature.
There's a troll in the women's, what is it, the women's restrooms? I forget, I haven't seen Harry Potter in forever.
Oh my god.
Like, it's like, dude, like, what? You're, like, you have money. You could go bang Shoe on head. Like, I mean, yeah, I get that she's 30, but, like, still, like, you could go, like, you could hit that. Like, I'm pretty relatively confident you could do that.
Dude, here's the
Oh,
best
shoe
thing that'll
polish
happen.
on
This
head.
guy will
Yeah, I know what you're
eventually.
talking
This
about.
guy will eventually get arrested, for doing something, like distributing CP or, you know, raping
that's-
somebody or
yeah.
sexually assaulting somebody. Like this always happens to these people that are extreme leftists on the internet.
Yeah.
They say all these hot takes and then they start to believe in their own mythos, their own inability to like get in trouble or have consequences for their actions. But they'll establish such a toxic environment around them that they'll eventually be held accountable for their own words and their own choices.
Yeah.
And
then,
and then the world will collapse upon them. So we don't have to do anything.
Yeah, that's
We
kind
just
of my
have to
point.
sit and wait and watch. Check in every couple 6 months to see, what's going on for a few minutes. But then, tune out, because otherwise you just sit there frustrated and angry, waiting for the inevitable to happen. And the inevitability will happen. It always happens. The internet always wins. It'll
funny,
happen.
though. I don't even pay attention to him. I love seeing like other people like clown on him, and I'm like, haha. Ethan Ralph went on, or is it the drunken?
Well, I
peasants
clowned on him
called
the other
an
day on
N-word.
Twitter.
Yeah,
because-
it's always good. It's fun.
Yeah, because Elon Musk posted this this picture of this like British soldier, like I love to oppress, and it's like when you see
I saw
somebody
that.
with the pronouns in their
Okay.
bio, and he's like, oh, I don't get it, and I was like, and you never will. And then,
Well.
like all of his fans, so I know he sat in a Discord. He's like, I can't reply to these people, but I need you guys to go and attack these people. All of his fans like tried to attack me, and I just laughed at them, and it was really funny. Because
Yeah,
the joke is they wanted me to explain the joke so they could get my Twitter account banned and feel superior, but I refused to explain the joke and just kept going, you know the joke. You know what the joke is. You know what the joke is. I was like,
Yeah.
no, I refuse to explain it. I refuse to give you this win. And it made them so mad.
That's good stuff.
Joke was joked from the start, Adel.
Exactly. The joke is you know exactly what the joke is. You just want somebody to explain it so that you can get them banned, because you can't start a hate train on somebody without them admitting to it. And I wasn't going to admit to any sort of word crime for you. So
BRB.
Now wait a minute.
Yeah.
About walk. I cast Thoughtseize. What happened?
I mean, he said he'd be right back.
No. Damn it.
Literally what he said. Yeah.
Not good. I know. I was just seeing if he was still there for a second. I wanted to make my IRS joke.
But yeah, that's the funniest part about like Vouch and these people, where they're like, they do care that much, and that's like, I've never been like, God damn it, I hate Vouch. It's always just like, look at this dumb son.
Flam got banned for 24 hours. What did Flam do?
telling you, the same thing always happens to these people. They'll purity test themselves out of existence. A, B, they'll commit a serious crime. Like he'll actually like fuck somebody's dog or something, or distribute
was
child
consensual.
porn, or
He'll get lost in a stable.
or he'll
I
get
think
caught
is what you meant.
selling like ecstasy or some sort of hardcore drugs and be like, give me a moral argument of why this should be illegal. And the cops will be like, yeah, here's one, the handcuffs, and here's 20 to 30. Have fun.
Someone will have to explain to Vouch that's not how the law works.
Yeah.
Give me a moral argument. Listen, son. That's that's not how the law.
Excuse me, sir?
I am in full support at this point of I'm going Joker style on people. You get what you fucking deserve. All these people complaining about this and that, oh, Orange Man bad, this, that, and bad. Well, your side literally just put in a 5,000 page bill that gave 10 million to gender studies in Pakistan. So now I'm like, oh, you don't like your $600 check? I thought you wanted to support gender studies in other countries. Like, what do you mean? You don't want to support trans people in Pakistan? Oh no, it's hurting you now? Oh no. Oh no, these ideas, these policies you wanted to force on other people, they're affecting you getting a check now. Oh gee. Oh, who could have seen this coming?
Wait, you mean you actually have to pay?
If only
for
there
the
had been
things you want?
warning signs in society that, pushing weird agendas on people would affect your pocketbook. Oh no! Oh, it's hurting you now.
Ada, well, stop! I can't rub my nipples any harder.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is what I'm for now. Now I'm for. Oh no. Oh, you wanted $2,000? Oh, you know who said you should get $2,000? Orange Man. He said that. Oh,
But Adel,
no.
but
He
Adel,
voted
we
him
wait,
out.
Adel,
Oh.
we have to throw him under the bus because he didn't mention Israel as something that was a waste of money. We have to abandon him completely. Okay.
Yeah.
We have to.
Here's my other favorite.
We have to
thing.
completely abandon it, right? We have to just completely no. He didn't mention small hat man bad, so therefore we have to abandon him, right?
Who gives a fuck about the Jews? People that focus on Jews all the time are fucking retarded. You're missing the big picture. The big picture is the ruling class. It doesn't matter if they're Jewish. It doesn't matter if they're black. It doesn't matter if they're Chinese. It doesn't matter if they're Russian. It doesn't matter who they are. The ruling class are the rich elite that can afford to affect politicians with their money and the politicians themselves. Everyone else is out to get you. That's it.
True.
That's it.
And
if you're worried about the Jews and you're worried about the Chinese and the Chi-Coms, you're missing the big picture because the ruling class don't care about race or gender. The ruling class care about if you got money to fuck somebody with it. That's what they want. That's what all they give a shit about.
That's you're hacking at leaves if you're looking at the specific goal that they have, but the real thing is rich people are always crazy because like it takes a psychopath to get there in the first place, and they all have some weird fucking bet. They're all like, oh well, yeah, I'm a fucking like Zionist. Oh yeah, like I believe like I want to like what was fucking Epstein doing like where he was like trying to transpermeate his fucking.
Oh yeah, he had like 100
They
different.
all have a ridiculous plot.
Yeah,
It's
like I'm
that's why you
gonna
have to look
create
at
the
rich
next
people
race
first.
of Ubermensch. I think was his thing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and here's the thing too, guys.
Yeah.
I brought this up as well to like somebody not too long ago, but again, oh no, you didn't like you thought America First was racist. Well, we're not America First anymore. I mean, we just gave 1.3 billion dollars to Egypt, and you didn't get anything in your COVID relief check. Gee, so now it doesn't sound so racist, does it? Now maybe looking out for your own country first and helping out who you can when you can is kind of the policy that we should be going with. But you know what? You didn't like this certain guy because he said offensive things on the news. So guess what? Now you suffer. Now you suffer. People have to hurt to learn at this point. I don't think people
yeah,
are
it's the only way.
What's the best for them unless they touch the stove. So all these young progressive hipsters, like, let them touch the stove, turn up the heat.
Yeah, I'm there too.
And just remind them and mock them relentlessly when they complain about stuff that they specifically enacted upon themselves. Oh no, you got rid of the people that you liked. You got rid of the people that you didn't like. So now you've got the people you do like, and they're not fixing your problems. Why? Wait a minute. Racism
Adel
isn't solved. I mean,
Edelwolf. I just want to say, the clothes that will be in our future Banana Republic are going to be really stylish. That's all I'm saying. Okay, it's not all bad.
I'm sitting here in my Hagout hoodie, nice and warm in my basement, hanging out with my friends, laughing as other people continue to make choices that hurt themselves directly. And it's so visible.
That's
It's
the
so
one where
visible.
it's like, I laugh at like, okay, there's gonna be some dumb fucking trends and whatnot, but this whole thing where it's like, oh, we have to rush out all these different vaccines, get the vaccine!
Oh my God.
For taking my vaccine! And then it's like, okay, that's
Okay,
okay.
also-
I'm glad you're cooming over your Victor Von Coom over your fucking vaccine that you're about to get there, buddy.
You mean
But,
the
like,
vaccine that the Orange Man specifically tore up the red tape for and had the FDA push through?
But the one that's becoming obsolete because it's a fucking virus and it's already mutated and it's in these other places already. It's
Wait,
already obsolete.
Edelwolf,
It's
I
already
want you to
fucking
look at my
useless.
stream right now
there's
and
a
tell
new
me.
virus.
Fucking change your DNA, you fucking snork. Like, literally turn into a fucking underwater homunculus creature. Fuck yourself.
Holy.
Fuck yourself genetically, you retard. Like,
Wait,
God
I'm listening.
damn, I love it.
Some go off.
Wait,
I'm not,
Mount Walk.
I'm
Mount
not
Walk.
for the
Look on my
NRA
screen for a
change,
sec.
That's for sure.
Exactly. Fuck them. That's turn yourself into a little fucking crippled like Mount Walk. What are the tiny like Draenei thing that got fucking corrupted in Black Temple?
Oh, the broken and stuff.
Yeah, they're those little fucking crippled like people. That's what they're turning themselves into, and they're like, oh, I must get another vaccine to Coom, and it's like, all right, inject yourself, you little fucking retard. I'm just gonna
Here's what I
fucking
want you to
adapt to
do.
it naturally.
Here's an experiment I want everybody to do. everybody's probably got an old laptop laying around or some other old computer they don't really use. Go into that laptop and just start, I don't know, rearranging Windows files and just see how it affects the laptop's performance.
Delete System 32. It'll
Not even that. Like, just start. I don't know. Like, just turn on an old computer that hasn't been updated in a long time either.
Fuck System.
Just turn it.
32.
Just turn it on, and that's messing with.
Delete System 32.
Now, here's the thing, though. Like, that's messing with your RNA. Like, the same
true,
idea is
yeah.
you start moving around your Windows files, and then you're like, oh wait, I need to defrag again. This is terrible. Yeah, that's basically what you're doing with these RNA. Like, if we can't if you can't even mess with like some support files in a video game without breaking it, what makes you think that we have the intelligence and the capability to be able to understand what we're doing when we're editing RNA? We can't edit Windows registry files without fucking the whole thing.
That's the way the system is supposed
to edit
but,
RNA information?
Well, Adol, that's not a completely fair comparison because Windows and video games are
fair.
designed in that way so that they do break when you mess with stuff like that. Like they're literally designed to break. Like there's a little bit of difference.
So many easy ways of like.
No, Adol, I'm not saying that what they're doing is a good idea. What I'm saying is that like specifically video games and operating systems are made to break when they've been tampered. As a an anti-piracy protection. I'm not saying that makes the vaccine a good idea.
It's only like every sci-fi movie that ever dealt with like genetics and eugenics has always warned us not to mess with the RNA. I mean, it's just not out there in the zeitgeist, Ghost. I mean, there's plenty of examples.
Listen,
out there.
Adol, I need your opinion on this goth nun mommy here. I need your opinion.
Oh well, no, we're not fucking.
I've already
we're not
seen
getting off
goth
this
nun
fucking,
mommy.
you link it to him in DMs, but like we're not getting away from the subject because
you
like,
can
literally,
stay
if
on
you
the
can't-
subject. I
if-
just need Mount Walk and Adol
yeah,
Wolf
okay,
to rate
yeah,
the
flick it
goth
to him,
nun
flick it to
mommy.
him. But yeah, no, if you can't figure out like, okay, well, yeah, no, here's this genetic thing that we can look at where we can at least kind of infer the way that these people are gonna come out. Like we can look at it, and I'm not even talking about like strict like because of their race they're gonna end up like this, but like because of like their location that like their family was like drawn from, that you're most likely gonna have like these sorts of like features to you genetically. If you're not even willing to say that, and you think that you can rewrite fucking mRNA, and you think you can like if you think you can program something to the point where it's gonna replicate itself properly and then like adapt to the system and properly replicate, you're fucking retarded. So take your little fucking coof juice and like, I don't think you believe in this, Ghost, but like I'm talking to the anathema, like these fucking ghost people, like again not you, but like these people that aren't here. I can't use any fucking verbiage. Yeah, it's these people.
What do you mean, ghost people, Fed?
Well, exactly.
yeah.
What the
I mean,
fuck
people
do
that-
you mean, ghost people?
Talking
What
about
do
the
you
silent
mean? You
majority that are
people?
fucking bitching. Yeah, well.
Well, here's my favorite part. My favorite part is they said that we can't determine whether this will stop you from getting the virus, stop you from spreading the virus, or even lower your symptoms. So why do it?
Oh yeah. Well,
That's like when you see
because
those
it made fucking-
medications.
What's Ian McKellen? Who's Gandalf? It made him
That's
feel
Gandalf.
euphoric. Yeah. Oh, I felt euphoric about it. Good job, Grandpa. You fucking felt euphoric because you stood up, you fucking asshole. You got fresh blood to your fucking brain, and you're like, Jesus Christ, I feel great. It's literally a side effect of standing up, you fucking old bastard.
Here are my thoughts on the vaccine,
Holy
Adol Wolf.
shit.
My 86-year-old great aunt is in hospice, and she just survived her bout with COVID. She's in hospice. She's in the place where she's supposed to die, and she did not die from COVID.
I know more than I know more about that than you ever will, Ghost. I've seen it happen. I've been there. But no,
I know,
yeah,
but she's
that's the funny
supposed to
part, is if you
die,
survive
and she
it-
did not die
if you
from
survive it in
COVID.
hospice, they literally will be like, all we're gonna do is give them pain medication. That's all they really do.
Yeah.
They just give them a little bit of morphine, because at this point, they're not gonna make it.
They're just
Not only that, but
managing.
Fuck that! Fucking jettison me into the fucking sun if I'm that old. I don't want to live with it.
Dude, I had a patient that was
Send-
100. I had a patient that was
Yeah.
105 and recovered from a broken leg in hospice. And I was
Yeah,
like,
well,
this is
yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, if you keep yourself in fucking working order, but if you don't and you have a fucking like, oh, we had a fucking like reactor meltdown, better send our old Japanese old people in there. Yup, you better fucking believe I'm gonna fucking sign my name up first as old Japanese #1. I'm gonna fucking be like, yep, send me to the fucking reactor because I don't have anything to do here anyways. Fuck me. I don't want to.
I'm gonna live out the final scene of Fallout 3.
Well, I mean, that's literally like what happened. Like, I forget what fucking, I guess it was it from, I forget what it was, but there's a thing where like, old folks in Japan were like, yeah, no, they just threw themselves on the fucking fire to like, essentially like save like the younger generation. And it's like, exactly that's what should.
Oh, you mean the Fukushima thing?
Yeah, and that's where it's like, yeah, dude, fuck me. If I'm that old, like, yeah, no, I mean, I'll take a 50-50. Like, I already fucking gamble with shit. Like, I'm fine with that. That's how I live life. That's how I know that I'm living life, is because I love those fucking odds. I like looking at them. And then, like, when I hear from my stupid fucking sister all the time where it's like, you don't even know what mRNA is. It's like, I don't need to know what fucking mRNA was. I learned what it was when I figured out what the fucking powerhouse of the cell was, you dumb cunt. Like,
what's the powerhouse of the cell?
It's the fucking mitochondria. That's right.
Yeah!
And that's where it's like,
Sorry.
I don't need to know that fucking
Can't help
much
myself.
about it because I know the way that fucking cancer works and I know what mRNA is in the first place. So I don't need to know that fucking much. I don't need to be a fucking doctor to be like, I don't know. I've read Michael Crichton's few of his works and I think I would have some questions. And it's like, well, don't question anything, you dumb fucking F slur. And it's like, well, you know, I think I am gonna question it. And if you don't question it, you might be a bigger dumb F slur. Thank you. Like, God, man, holidays. Fucking these people not questioning things whatsoever.
Questioning authority. My gosh. That, you're trying to be like, trying to be with the culture, not be counterculture, and just accept authority? Come on, Fed. What's wrong with you?
I'm not going to work tomorrow. I need a drink.
Oh, is Mount Walk's power increasing?
God damn.
Oh no, that's not my power that's increasing.
Oh, that's mine.
Yeah. Do not
If we're doing a Friday thing and like
Christmas.
Yeah.
We're doing a Friday thing.
Yeah, we're doing it. Oh yeah. Oh, should we send out like how do you want to do that? Do you want to do like a semi like open and like people that would be fun to have on there? We just kind of send like a whatever invite.
Yeah, just hey, you can make it. Come by anytime. Spend Christmas.
Yeah, the casual invite. Well, obviously.
You know what I did today, Mountain Walk? I went to my parents' house and baked cookies with my mom and hung out with my dad.
Hell yeah.
Super wholesome.
Well, so yeah, base. Just before we get off that subject, then formally, casually sending y'all the invite to chill on Christmas.
I'm doing a stream on Christmas and Christmas Eve. 'Cause I'm used to being alone on those days. So like I used to hang out on live streams with people.
Yeah, like I used to well, it's because my parents have always been like my dad's go to sleep at like 9 o'clock or 9 or 11, like somewhere around there, somewhere in the inside job hour, and then wake up at like 3 o'clock. And so he's always been that kind of guy. So he does like dinner super.
I hung out with Andy last night. That was pretty fun.
Sorry?
Yeah, he was doing a show and he was talking about Dark Knight Rises. And I was like 26 hours into a stream, and I'm like, I have opinions about Christopher Nolan movies. Fuck it. So that's just with the green room. And we were just talking about how we both cried during Interstellar because that fucking scene. Dear God, damn it. You all know the scene I'm talking about.
The things that make me emotional are usually they're a little different than a lot of them.
I'm just saying, man, watching a grown man watch his child, you know, grow up without him and grow to hate him and like completely live like life, like it's just too much.
Well, the problem is you like I don't know, like I don't think you see the real scenes. Like you do see the one scene where he really does break down, where it's like he's actually going through the crisis, and then like you see like the resolution of it, but like
I mean, there is no resolution. There is no way back from it.
It didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's because like correct me if I'm wrong, but like Master Wayne never like he doesn't really like reject Alfred's thought there. He kind of agrees with him, which kind of like reduces the impact. Like he feels compelled to do it anyways, but it's not that he disagrees with Alfred, which is I think that like if you really wanted to tug on that heartstring, what you would do is you would say like you would have them like compelled or possessed, like you would literally have them be like consumed by that, and like you have to have like the berserk armor level of like you're like in a bloodlust that's like, oh, this person's gone, and like that's where you like find the real tragedy. But if that person like agrees with you on some level, I think that I can see how you would see that as like it's like a redeeming quality, but like it, I don't know, like I want that, I want the like Ada was saying earlier, I want them to touch the stove, and in that moment when they touch the stove, like to like for them to like have their zen moment and realignment. Like that's where I look at that, and that's where that really becomes powerful most of the time, and that's where you really see the like student becomes the master, like that person that invests.
I mean, Alfred wasn't his teacher though. Alfred was his father.
Yeah,
by that point,
no,
like Alfred was his was literally his father. And it was literally his father telling him, like, I can't support you.
Okay, Ghost, I consider a father figure a teacher in a grand sense, in like more so than any sensei, any sort of like any mentor sense. Like your father should be your ultimate teacher.
Right, but like the teacher is nothing compared to father. Like father is that many levels higher than teacher. That's what.
Yeah, well, and that's where I find most of that's why you should have it should mirror the way that most people mirror their own relationship with their father, in the sense that you become a dumb asshole teenager in some sense, which is the majority of the case. And even if it's not like explicitly like that, hormonally you get like set against like believing in your father, at least in some sense. You become rebellious, you try and look for your own insights, and then you realize that like your father is the tempered version of like it's the rock and roll moment where you realize like this is how you're a true gamer. This is what you see.
Rock and roll is a Pokemon actually.
Well, that's rock. No, Mount Walk. That's Rock and Rolla.
Yeah, exactly.
Not Rock and Roll.
I didn't say Gurren Lagann, my bad. No, it's Rock and Roll is a Guy Ritchie film, and there's like a dude that everybody considers like a legend. He's like a rock star, like takes a shit ton of drugs, and he's like a complete badass the whole movie. And in the end, he ends up emulating his Alfred, where he says like, oh yeah, well like I thought I was a badass, and like now I want to be a true badass. And he puts on the suit, and he puts his hair back in his side. This is how you're the true badass. And like it's the realigning with your father that like, really sets you like. I think you have to like be ideologically opposed to make that thing really hit home, because that's where you really realize you've gone. You're that like far gone. You have to be like, he's wrong, I disagree with him. And then when you realign with him, that's the cathartic moment. It's like, oh,
I'm not really seeing the part where he agreed with him, though.
Sorry?
I'm not really seeing the part where he agreed with Alfred there. Alfred was telling him to go anywhere, settle down with anyone he wants, just live all the opportunity he has. You know, like he's got all these options he could do, but he just chooses to try to save this city that just does not want to be saved at all.
Yeah, well, it always seemed like he was like reticent to do it. Like he didn't always seem like he was like 100. It seemed like he was still trying to like explore the avenue where like he like agreed with Alfred in some sense. Like
I don't think he agreed with him.
I might have to re-look into that, but like I do agree that like he was still like out there trying to like he had like lost the love interest, like Harvey Dent, like all these stuff happened.
He lost Rachel, and Like, yes, by the end of the movie, he does. I mean, well, depending on your interpretation, because I mean, you could interpret that easily as that's what Alfred wanted to see rather than what he actually did. You know, that it's possible that yeah, he's just dead. You know, and this is just Alfred's delusion of like, you know, he's always said, you know, like I always went there and I always wanted to look. Now, granted, he told Bruce that story, so like, you know, Bruce, of course, could make that happen.
But
And
they also
mentioned,
had Chekhov's gun of like.
well, they also mentioned that like, hey, someone did get the autopilot working. You know, like they like a whole bunch of things
the
there.
Chekhov's gun I was talking about.
But it's also possible that you know he did die when he did, saving the city.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, like very much so. And like that ultimately would be much more. I mean, tragic.
Listen, the third one in that trilogy fucking sucks. The ending fucking sucks.
Wait, what?
I stood up in the theater when that happened at the end with the nuclear bomb, and I
Dark
was like,
Knight
"Some
is
days you
overrated."
just can't get rid of a bomb," and like everybody laughed because it was so cheesy.
Dark Knight is overrated, Adel.
Well, no, I liked the character of Bane. I thought there was a bunch of contrivances, and I really didn't like the abandoned like Robin plot or like whatever they were going for.
It rushed
Yeah.
too far ahead, like oh, I quit being Batman because I hurt my knee in the second one that nobody remembered.
Yeah.
Like that was weird and very inconsistent. The whole Bane's backstory, the whole him getting out of that prison in like after breaking his back was
The secret
very
is I never did
inconsistent.
escape.
Well, it's not that it was inconsistent. It was intentionally muddled, right? It was a MacGuffin.
It was just weird and rushed.
It was a
and
no.
didn't
It was
need
a
to
red
be there.
herring. Like it's a red herring where you're supposed to think that like, oh yeah, this is who they're talking about. This is like that person that's Ra's al Ghul's offspring, and it's like, oh, blah blah. It's not him. Like that was like.
Yeah, I
and
get that, but that was just weird and not done very well.
I mean,
it felt very
you could
rushed.
say
He
it
was like in there for
kinda
like 2
ham-fisted.
minutes. It was like he was in there for like 2 minutes.
Like, I mean,
I'm
that's
gonna have to
a long
rewatch
film.
it again, but
That's
like
yeah,
I
mean,
don't know. I just
I'll
feel like it was
rewatch it
pretty
too.
boring.
I feel like we should rewatch this, and then we should go back at this one because this is like, I mean, like when I look at like the tones and whatnot that's going in that movie, like, it seems as though like a lot of this stuff is established. They're like tonally a lot of it's set, and like honestly, the thing that I have the most fault with is like it's literally just the fact that like there is like I do think I think they really skipped a beat with the whole like Alfred thing where it was like I think they should have hammed that up more, and I think they should have like looked at like because like you don't really hear what Bruce is thinking all the time. You just see his like his actions in like going into the like going back in. Like you don't hear him like struggle with it that often. You don't see like a scene where he's just like he's like torn between the two. You don't see like a cathartic moment where he's like you're right. You don't you don't get the realizations through Bruce or Batman, which is that is the problem with that film more so than anything that I see, because like if he's supposed to be like this like vigilante person, then he should be like conflicted with the fact that like he has a vigilante personality and he has the human side of him, which is Bruce Wayne, and then he has to like sacrifice himself as like a socialite where he does that where he's like, oh, I'm really drunk, blah blah blah, and like fall over himself. He'll do that to like feed into this like vigilante thing, but it's like you have to have this like cathartic moment, or you have to have like this like you have to have this like humanizing moment, and you never have a humanizing moment with Bruce or Batman, which is like that's the real problem, because like even in Berserk, something like that, you have these humanizing moments where it's like he's literally like a bloodthirsty armor that will like rip him to shreds, and it's very like similar to like the Batman armor. It's
I'm
like,
gonna
okay,
deafen
yeah,
myself. We're gonna talk
it's out
about
there-
Berserk. Let's go! Oh, there it is. Ah, went up there. Why hit rocks? Here we go. Crit rate is nuts. One more to go. Nice. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm not listening to your bit with spoilers, dude. Sorry, man. If you're gonna spoil things, I don't listen to it. Like, I do not suffer spoilers. I understand that, but you can't go talking about Berserk, okay? I haven't seen it yet. Like, I'm sure it was probably a good bit, but like, if you're gonna talk about Berserk, like, I can't listen to it. I just cannot. I literally cannot. I'm sure it's an interesting bit, but like, I don't want to have things spoiled for me. Alright, I don't have it. I'm still short on that. Alright, let's go turn this in.
星とし無事今日の
So close. Oh.
星とし
Well, I mean, as much as it misses beats, like.
Are you guys done talking about
and,
spoilers?
Like, I guess it is like it might be like a case of headcanon, but like.
You guys done talking about spoilers?
Spoilers for what?
Berserk.
For Berserk?
What?
No, he didn't say anything about Berserk.
I
really.
never made any
Very
spoilers
little.
about Berserk.
Dude, Berserk's not been out forever. If you haven't like caught up to like current Berserk and you're interested,
What?
Oh, that's
like,
fine that that's
fine.
what you think, but I don't really give a damn what you think, so that's all.
Okay, well.
Oh,
For your
if
opinion
you were
about
paying
spoilers, I don't care, Adel.
okay,
Well,
wow.
wait, what spoiler do you think I was?
I don't want to know about it
there's
until
no
I
spoilers,
watch it.
so.
Yeah, I don't want to know about it.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Oya?
I mean,
道に迷っ
he's
たのか
known
な
for certain things, and he's comparable in a certain way.
Hmm?
But I mean, I made no. If you heard that and it's gonna turn you off Berserk, then
見ての通り
Oh no,
watching Berserk, like there's a lot of.
That'd be like me telling you that like Luke Skywalker is Darth Vader's son. Like, I mean,
That would be
Yeah,
actually
no,
a very.
that's-
That would be like
no,
actually a
that's
very big
even
spoiler.
More than that, that's like no, like honestly, like even culturally, like you're gonna hear that, but that's like saying like
こ無駄話はこれくらいにして
that's like saying okay, no, it's same vein. That's like saying Yoda's the Jedi Master. Like
yeah.
even
I
though
mean-
like George Lucas was like, haha, it's this little like.
Like, I hate to
Like,
spoil
he
Spider-Man
initially
for
tries to,
everybody,
like,
but
pass
Uncle
it on.
Ben dies. You know, like, I just hate to- I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, it's if you even yeah, no, I didn't Ghost, like I'm actually like super averse to like spoiling things, so I generally tread kind of lightly on a lot of that stuff unless you're like specifically talking about stuff, but
Like, I honestly thought
I
you
mean,
were
if you're
trolling
gonna say
when you
wait,
said that you were
yeah.
upset about him spoiling. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like,
yeah.
No, I'm
no,
just
I thought you
leaving
were
the
being
conversation. I just left the conversation completely because I was like, oh shit, they're talking about this at all.
yeah, it was.
And
just
to tie it
really-
with a bunch of people that have all seen it that don't necessarily have the same aversion to
don't watch
spoilers
the
as people that
anime, I'll
have
tell you
seen it.
that. It's fucking god awful.
Oh, now I'm definitely gonna watch the anime.
Yeah,
Go watch it. It's terrible. You can waste your time if you want to. CGI anime, get the fuck out of here.
yeah, it's not.
there's a
it's-
couple different like adaptations of it, and it's just like all over the fucking place. So yeah,
There's
Very
not a
yeah.
consistent anime in terms of where the story starts and where the story like is.
yeah.
And then the most recent attempt with the CGI was so bad that they abandoned it in the final episodes of the last season that they're never gonna go back to doing because it was such a shit show.
Oh wait, Ghost, don't play Dark Souls 3. It might ruin Berserk for you.
Yeah, don't play Dark Souls 3. Don't play any of the Souls games. It'll ruin those for you.
That's honestly about the level of like ruination. Like, but yeah, no. If you ever actually feel like that, like, say something, and like, I'll let you know. Like, I feel like I'm pretty fair about skirting like spoilers on stuff, but that one specifically, like, super banal point that I was making.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
Yeah.
super generic, like in terms of like if you didn't even like if you didn't know anything except for the title, like you would know like more about what we were talking about. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like saying spoiler alert. Link is the legendary hero of Hyrule. Like in Age of Calamity, like I wonder where the Knight of Legend is. I wonder if he'll ever show up. It's like
Yeah, the difference is I've played like
But
30
in
Zelda
fairness,
games.
well, in fairness, I will say that Ghost is like when he's talking about the boys and stuff like that, he's been like, "Oh, are you talking about the boys?" And like I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, I want to see that, but I haven't invested the time in it. And I want to do that." You know.
I'm really glad you did not watch my. Well, I don't think I brought up any spoilers to the boys when I played the boys board game the other day.
Well, I mean, you've talked about it, and whenever I do see anything like that, as soon as I hear something, I tap out. But like, there's like a level of like acknowledgement there where like there's like a thing where you're like, oh, we're gonna talk about the boys with flamenco, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll check out for a bit, and I'll come back whenever you're done with that. But
Yeah.
this is something where it was like to the point where I didn't even think, well. I didn't think it was like a Berserk spoiler thing, even though Berserk is like an
I just don't want to know anything about it until I watch it. Really, that's all.
fair, but even
Yeah,
through like pop culture and stuff, you like playing Dark Souls, like
I
Miyazaki does
understand there are homages to big dudes with giant swords and scars and shit. Like I get that,
okay,
but
yeah,
like
that's the same level of reference that I made. I basically said
I don't know. It sounded like you were getting specific about how something functioned in it, and I didn't want to know that.
I mean it's like you could look at it, kind of, but
I mean, I did.
I mean, you could have looked at it like, I mean, that's like saying I don't want spoilers for Superman, or saying Batman is over Superman. Like, it's kind of the same way. But I actually, oh God, I'll be right back.
気をつけろ
Fucking fed.
Classy.
Is that literally like the ringtone from like 25 years ago?
It really does sound like it.
Pretty sure it's a standard Verizon ringtone.
2016 called. They want their ringtone back.
Yeah, what the heck? What's going on there? Interesting.
I like my Padoru mountain walk.
Because it's spinning?
Yes, of course it's spinning. It's in the top left. It's in the bottom left point of my screen too.
I like spinning.
It's gonna be there all Christmas until I decide Christmas is over.
When is Christmas over?
Sometime in usually maybe like mid to end of January, I would say.
That works.
And someone was like telling me like, "Are you like culturally Catholic? So when do you celebrate Christmas?" I was like, "December 25th, as I've always." Like, what? There's a difference?
There's no like.
Like I like it was just there's like, well, Orthodox celebrate it here. Yeah, like what? It's December 25th. It's a nice like day, like the end of the month. You know, it's like a. I feel like it gives it its proper importance.
They do have like a different calendar, but I think Christmas is. I don't think it's celebrated any different as far as I know. Yeah.
I had no idea what they were talking about. I was so confused. I was like, it's December 25th, as it always is.
Very
What is a
strange, very
cultural
strange.
Catholic, anyway?
Someone that just like likes the trappings of
Gross.
say,
来るのが早いな
the culture, but doesn't believe in everything else where the culture came from. I guess basically they're not religious. They're just like, I like Christmas and Easter and stuff or something. I don't know.
I like Christmas.
Oh, yeah,
Easter I could
like
care
these
less about.
nice, well-functioning societies with the rule of law and things like that. But I don't like everything that got us there.
Are you really gonna tell me Italy is well functioning?
No.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, hold on, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Italy is well functioning?
Just the Western model in general. I think.
I'm just saying, like, Italy is like a bankrupt, like Italy is literally the Aqua of countries, okay?
の中に混ざって
I don't know.
I'm just saying, they're always drunk. They can't. Their roads don't work. They can't drive. They're always screwing up.
It's true. It's true.
Every once in a while, Chad Kazuma Salvini shows up and like makes them function for a week, and then they're back to normal, and they're
Yeah,
bankrupt
because they
again.
have crazy courts too that can just do whatever they want.
つまり
Yep.
数百年前に日本人がバルバ激戦の末
Jeez,
雪山に積もる
ridiculous.
雪が一年中
Italy, well functioning.
Yeah, maybe not the Mediterranean states very much, but
I'm just saying.
バルバトスのような彼らが
Italy, of all places.
これはただの僕の推測だ
It was pretty adorable when Gura was eating some granola,
この
Mountain Walk.
雪山とドゥリンがそして
Ooh, I like granola.
There were 10,000 people were like posting just her eye emotes, like to stare at her when because she muted her mic and was just like making chewing faces. And she's like, "What are you all doing? What are you all staring at?"
そうすれば
That's cute.
ドゥリン
It's
It's adorable when she tries to do math, Mountain Walk. 5 times 5, 35. 10 plus 11, 19.
Look, math is tricky. Look, I'm not gonna pretend math isn't tricky because it is pretty tricky. Let me tell you,
汚れた力を
pretty
使おうと
tricky.
それは常人では抗えない力だトワリンの涙を浄化した君はそんな力を持った君なら汚れと毒にしそのためこの剣は
そう言うけどやっぱこの光ってる
Sword is glowing.
これはまさに実験開始の合図だねこの剣はまだ弱いだがこれにはある意味旅人よこれをもって冒険し近いうちに
Magic sword, cool. What could possibly go wrong, Mountain Walk?
I mean, look, I have always used magic swords with 100% perfect like success. Never went wrong. Sword never tried to swallow my soul or anything. So, you know.
Mountain Walk. Long.
Oh no. It was always me.
It was I, Mountain Walk.
I was always the sword. It's true. It's true.
That's not true. That's not true. That's impossible.
That's impossible. It's in pensive cow. What is? No, wait a minute. No,
What the fuck, Ben?
What is this fucking general chat? What's going on? No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I literally come back from talking to my sister about stupid shit, and it's like, she like that thing that you were talking about earlier, Ghost, where you're like, yeah, I did cookies with my mom, and it was like a great thing, like.
And I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I told my sister like she's trying to like introduce our family to her new boyfriend, which I already want to knock his teeth out because she's been fucking
no!
so much lately, and he's been condoning all of it, and I'm like, there's no way that like I haven't told her this, but like. Every time she mentions it, I'm like, I don't really agree with people that would let you get away with like some of this behavior that you've been exhibiting recently. So I don't know how I feel about this guy, which is like the tepid way of saying like, yeah,
yes,
no, fuck
fight,
this dude. Well, I mean, she's like, okay, well, I got some cigars and you're gonna hang out, and it's like, okay, well, I don't smoke tobacco that much anymore. I used to smoke the pipe tobacco, so I know like when I smoke this, it's probably gonna put me on my ass a bit, especially if they're doing like old-fashioned steaks. Like, it's gonna be a bit of a heavy afternoon. Like, I'm definitely gonna take a nap soon after. And she's like, oh yeah, well, like, just talk to him. And I was like, okay, well, you know how you're trying to like you're applying this logic where you're saying, okay, here's this like here's a thing where you can do where you can bond with someone, you can spend some time with them. You're looking at kind of like a similar interest, and you're like, it's not necessarily the gift is a cigar, but it's the ability to like get to know this person or spend time with them. I was like, oh yeah, like something you could do is our mom loves baking and like doing that sort of thing. She's like, nah, fuck it, I'm not gonna do baking with fucking mom. Fuck that. God, we don't have time. And it's like, what do you mean we don't have time? We have Christmas Eve and Christmas. You have fucking time to hang out with her and bake something. She just doesn't want to. And it's like, you dumb bitch. Like, god damn. I hate my sister sending me up a fucking wall.
I only have one rule with sisters' boyfriends. If you put your hands on my sister, I will put my hands on you.
This is the only one I haven't met that I like. Every other.
What
one
Ada Wolf
I've, like,
means is he'll put his
sized
hands
up,
so far up
and
his
I've been
ass, he'll
like,
play him.
okay.
He'll use him like a marionette.
Oh no.
Well, I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but I like even like absolutely hammered. The worst one. I was absolutely hammered in this person's like fucking mansion, and I was like, listen, yeah, come on, get in right over here. And I fucking actually got him into his own fucking room. I was like, okay, you're like, yeah, I want to talk to you for a minute. Like, I'm not gonna be the worst person in the world, but I want to talk to you for a minute. Like, it went from that like arm around their neck thing into like, I had him in a headlock, and like this was the most nonchalant one. It was like, I didn't like cinch up, but I was like, I know you, I see you. Like, don't be fucking around, because this isn't gonna end fucking well. And like I probably had 60 pounds on this guy. But like anybody else that I've even been like, oh, yeah, maybe like you're anywhere near like. It's always been like the level of disaster with her, because she's a fucking wreck. Like, it's so hard to like gauge all these boyfriends, but like I fucking showed up with a tire iron more than one time, and I've been like, hey, how you doing? And it's like, oh yeah, no, I didn't want to.
This is the most wholesome conversation I've had.
It's like a coat that I've just put up against the wall multiple times, and it's like, I could beat you with my fucking hands if it came down to it. But I don't know what you're like. I can't really trust her. So I have to talk to you right now. And unless I can fucking like, unless I can glean your soul and figure out exactly what you're talking about, me and my friend the tire iron over here are like, we are watching over your ass, and I will drive to Austin, and I'm not afraid to absolutely like,
this is Jeff. He's a retired. He's a retired ironsmith.
I one time came home from work when I just graduated high school, when I was taking care of my mom. My sister was still going to high school. I think she was like a junior. And one of her boyfriends was like had his car parked out in front of the house, and he fucking high beamed me. I'd like never met this guy before. He like, high beamed me coming into my own driveway. I didn't even get a chance to put my car in the park, and I had already jumped out my passenger window, walked over to his car, pulled him out of his car through his window, and apparently he didn't have his car in park, so it just started rolling forward. And I was like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck do you think you are? And explain me why I shouldn't bash your head into this pavement and make a fucking necklace out of your teeth. And he was like, oh, I'm your sister's boyfriend. I just thought some guy, strange guy, was coming over, and I wanted to see who it was. And I was like, you ever try to intimidate me in my own home again, I will end you. I will end you.
I would respect.
And then I was like,
for doing that. Like, that's the thing.
I was like, go get your car before it rolls into my fence, and get the fuck out of here.
But that's the thing. I'd never run into that resistance. Like, and that's the thing where it's like, I don't know if it's people that like end up like with my sister. Like, I don't know if that's the guys that she picks or whatnot. But like, I've always like I literally lifted one of them like off the ground by their fucking collar, and like it was like it. For whatever reason, they're usually like 150 pounds, and like there was one dude that was like 6'3", but like I still could lift that guy. And it's like, it's always been like, honestly, I don't know who you are. Like, I don't like it's not my deal. I don't have to do this with most people, but you have entered a fucking specific Twilight Zone, and your problem is I'm fucking occupying the same zone. As much as she doesn't like me and I don't like her, you're about to fucking hate me so much worse if you fuck this up. And
Well,
that's the
I had an
gist of it.
incident where I had a sister leave the house in the middle of the night to go party with her boyfriend. Left the sliding room, left the slider open, left the phone out in the garage. Super obvious that she like left in the middle of the night, not even like trying to hide it. And came back with the boyfriend, you know, high as fuck and acting like an idiot. And my parents were not very happy. He thought it was wise to mouth off to my mom. I don't remember much more than leaping off the porch, grabbing this guy, had his lower jaw in my fist, in my left fist, and I'm slamming the back of his head against a tree while using my right fist to try to create a new eye socket in the side of his head. And then the police showed up. My mom was like, "If you try to arrest my son, I will bend you over my knee and spank you." And the officer was like, "Okay, ma'am, have a nice day."
I've usually just been able to threaten people, but it's usually like I'm usually deceiving them because like I love hanging out with people. I'm a very like there's one boyfriend that my sister had, and where she was like, you can't hit on her sister. And it's like she's like 2 years, or you can't hit on his sister, and he's like, she was 2 years older than I was, but she was making fucking googly eyes at me all night. And I was like, yeah, like I'm very personable. Like I talk to all of them. Like we're in this fucking like little mansion thing, but it's still like no, like by the end of the night, I always end up stringing all these people up, and like it's like
Stringing all these people up? Did Fed go full dark mode? Sorry.
Well, I mean, no, it's like honestly, like I like to have fun. Like I love having fun. I love getting drunk and having fun. I love that. Like, and that's where everybody lets their guard down too. Like I think I'm decently good at it, as long as like I like take the proper precautions. I don't do it all the time for the Friday stream. Fuck me, whatever. It's not the same level of like preparation that I do to like go out and like for like a catered affair that it's like yeah okay, I'll meet him at this place. All right, nice to meet you, blank blank blank. And yeah, so like I like go out to the thing. I like dress all prim and proper. Like I meet all the family. They're nice. I've met you before. Oh, nice to meet you again. Nice, blah blah blah. Give them the upper side of the hand, all the formalities, whatnot. Like, can be decently charming, meet people, get fairly drunk with everybody, and still have everything be absolutely great. But by the end of the night, I will pull the boyfriend into a room and just plainly state, I don't like this, I don't like her, I don't like the fact that I have to do this, but the thing that I'm gonna like the least is if you fuck around with this and it comes back and I have to hear about you whatsoever. So don't do it, because I will like absolutely physically rough you up.
Know what a prison wallet is, son?
Well, I mean,
Because you're gonna find out!
I'm not gonna like hide and say that I didn't like fighting. I used to like getting in fights. I used to like fucking people up. Took
my
martial
face
arts.
doesn't bruise. It's so weird. Like my face doesn't bruise up for shit. Like that's the thing where it's like I have this really weird thing where I was like, yeah. Like, there was one person that I got to talk to who was like, yeah, like if you really look right here, it's not that I haven't been sleeping, because if you look at this side, that's not over there. But I got hit in the face like 6 times the other night in a fucking bar brawl, and I had a lot of fun doing that. I'm not gonna have fun if I run into you if I have to run into you over this. So let's not make it like that. And
well, I used to just tell people
you
can't see it.
Like, yeah, let's not do that.
Well, you can't see it on camera. I'm not a big guy either. You can't see it on camera. But, you know, I got scars all over my face, and I didn't get them from hugs and kisses, so I used to tell them too. So I'm like, yeah, you know. I ain't in it to
I'll
make
touch the mug.
friends.
I have
You know?
I have a very like, I have a very still like, decently intact face, but I've always had like I've had a very not bruisable face for whatever reason. It'll turn purple on sides, but like it doesn't swell like I've been like I definitely one of my favorite ones was one of my friends was like, oh yeah, you and him got in it the other night, and I was like, yeah, I remember most of it, and he was like, he didn't remember most of it, and like he woke up the next morning and was like, oh, and I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you what was it? Total Recall? You know where Arnold Schwarzenegger's fucking head fucking balloons? His fucking, I hit him one time in the fucking head, and he had his entire right side of his head fucking swelled up. And it's like I cold cocked him one fucking time because he bit my hand. And I literally like, I put him in a submission hold, and I was like, all right, like just like I tap it, I'll let you go, and then we'll just go our separate ways, and like we'll just call this even for tonight. Like honestly, like I don't want to get into this whole bit. And he literally bit my fucking hand. And he bit my hand to the point where like my hand swelled up the next day. And like as soon as he bit my hand, I just rocketed him in the fucking head with the right fist, and I made him look like a fucking like the Hills Have Eyes like deformed guy for like a couple of weeks.
Nice one, Spencer.
It was one good fucking cold cock to that fucking beautiful dome that you usually have, and it'll swell up and it'll make you look fucking retarded. But the thing is, I don't have that happen. I've never been knocked out, and I've never had my face fucking swell up. It's felt like shit.
I've broken my nose plenty of times. I
haven't had that happen either.
Well, I used to play. I played soccer, soccer, and at my peak, I was running 90 minutes a weekend, and I was taking Taekwondo at the time. And so, like, I would almost be able to kick faster than I could punch. Like, I could kick away one of your punches and then turn and kick you in the face. Like, faster than you could throw a punch, 9 times out of 10. Most people. Especially really drunken idiots.
I'm really good at getting inside of people. And then, like holding them down and then just beating the fuck out of them, like, when I'm inside, like... I'm also usually like heavier than most people. Like most people are like, wow, you're deceptively heavy. And it's like, yeah.
Oh, I'm deceptively heavy too.
Yeah.
I'm like 200 pounds. People, I get on the scale and people are like, that's not right. I'm like, yeah, I'm like 200 pounds. I come from a long line of big people. Like I'm just like I'm like a t-shirt shrunk model of a big person.
So
like,
I think
you do look like a bigger person.
You, but yeah, like.
I'm only 5'8". I'm only.
No,
5'8".
I know. I see you, and like, you
I'm
should be bigger than you are, but like, I can tell, like, not that big. But like, I look at you, and I'm like, you should be bigger.
Well, yeah, that's the funny thing too. It's I fucking I don't know if you heard the story yet, but I got fucking passed. I drank like a liter of tequila the first night I showed up at Road Rage, and I fell asleep with my.
I don't believe that. Fed drinking a liter of tequila? No.
Yeah, I drink alcohol. I fell asleep with my head between the fucking the futon bed and like the couch area, like with the fold out, and like Pei and Flo were trying to like pull my head out of there, and it took both of them to like actually like pull me by both legs and get my head out from under there, because like Flo tried to do that so he couldn't do it. It was like, jeez, yeah, no.
Flo needs to do less marijuana and he needs to work out more.
Flo's in decent shape.
I'm not saying he's in terrible shape, but he needs to get that figured out if he can't move.
Flo's in good shape. Like
what are you talking about? Flo's like fucking ripped, dude. Yeah, Flo's in great shape.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, if I were in like good shape, like, I mean, I could show a picture where, like, I mean, like, good shape, but not like
not great. Now we're gonna get
ripped. But like
oh,
right
no!
now, like, I mean, I could
good to see it, Biffy.
Flow over my shoulder, no problem. Like,
you're gonna drag him back to camp. You're gonna drag him back to your caveman camp. Fed grug.
Hey man, I have a fucking great homing beacon. Ask Paige, she kept fucking up the direction. She had to stop every fucking block on those fucking scooters. And I was like, nope, it's that way still.
The opposite of what you said. you said that you had a horrible like sense of direction. I don't know
I'll
what's
be right
going
back, guys.
on.
I gotta make something to eat. I'll be right back.
Well, I am usually like fairly good with my sense of direction actually. Like my general sense of direction. I'm not like the best with pinpointing things, but especially if I've seen a place and then like I get drunk, like I will find my way back to that place really hard. I might have said something to the contrary, but I might have misconstrued that.
If he's asking Fed to post his abs. I have no interest in your abs, so...
I mean,
don't-
you can see some chunk, but the best part is you can still see like you can't see my lower two, but you can see the upper six. Like that's the amount of abs or the core that I still have.
I could probably crack
I mean,
some.
if you want to like, if you want to see a terrible like, I could show you like a picture where it's like I couldn't be leaner, like possibly.
I think I could probably snap someone's neck with my my leg strength. That's about it, though.
I have a picture when I was like 3% body fat, and it's like there's no getting lower than that with like anything.
I in high school I could dunk a basketball, and I am not a tall person.
Oh yeah, no, I've never had that kind of like I've never had the ups or that kind of like.
I had
absolute leg
crazy
strength,
hops when
but,
I was a
like,
kid.
I got put in a chokehold one time and I lifted a dude over my head and I fucking busted the back of his head open. So.
I think what did I do? I think I fractured someone's cap once just turning on a basketball court.
Damn. Yeah.
Everyone I've hurt in
never-
sports
never
was
had good
never
leg
intentional.
strength. I've always been like, I have a solid core and I've always had like, I have a decent barrel chest and I've always been able to like, my shoulders and whatnot because of the cross, shoulders back and whatnot. Like literally like, I mean I didn't get to see it in the third person view, but like. Semi-WWE style, I got put in a fucking chokehold and I lifted a person above my, like off the ground. I stood up off the ground, picked them up off the ground, put them over my head, like their entire body, and then slammed them on the fucking ground, like, and they just so happened to like land on like the back of their shoulders and then hit their head, hit the back of their head.
Made too much dough for your Empire cookies, Biffy? No such thing.
No, never.
No such thing as too much dough. You could always use a little bit more scratch, okay?
There you go, Spencer. Yeah, I mean, I've never. People aren't like, oh, you. Well, women always tell me weird shit. They're like, oh, you have pitcher's shoulders, and I'm like, I don't know what that means, but I hear like weird shit like that, but it's always from women. I never get anything from dudes that are like, oh yeah, you have like you've a lacrosse player's physique. It's like.
Yeah,
Right.
I got told by some lady, like, you look like Mark Wahlberg. And I'm like, can you just say Mark Hamill, please? Like, like, come on, don't do that to
Could
me.
be worse. Could be a lot worse.
Dude, I've gotten from fucking weird people. Like, I had a work foreman tell me I looked like his son. That's the thing that's the problem with me.
That's a
Like, I look like-
that I've never got. You look like my son. That's
Yeah,
that would
well,
be
that's
weird.
the worst one. That's the worst one. I have.
Is
I
that a
have,
good thing or a bad thing? Is he alive?
No, I have fed face. That's my problem. Is I literally like, if I wanted like I have what's his name? Who was the serial murderer that like jumped out the window?
Me.
No.
It was Mount Walk all along.
No, it's it's the guy that poured acid. in his veins, right?
Oh yeah, I didn't do that.
Oh, what's his name?
Oh, Mountain Walk. I'm the IRS. I cast Thoughtseize.
Serial murderer, acid head hole.
My hand was so good.
Dahmer. Yeah.
You thought
no,
you were
I-
gonna make all this money off simps and not pay taxes? Nice try.
Yeah, I have Dahmer. I can like if I like Well, my hairline isn't the best anymore, but like, if I like shift the way that my hair looks, like I can look like a completely different person. I get a haircut, people look like if I shave my beard, people are like, what the fuck? And it's like I actually have to like do it incrementally, or my fucking parents' dog that I got, she fucking hated me because I shaved my beard and I trimmed my hair at the same time, because she didn't recognize me. She's like, you're not the same person. And like, it was like reintroducing yourself to like a baby. Like, she just would not accept me for like another 2 weeks, and she's like, okay, I know who you are again. But like, cause I came at her with like a full beard and like different hair. She was like, okay, I know this person, and I trimmed that, and then like part the hair a different way, you wear the mustache a different thing, and it's like bam, completely different person. So yeah, I have that.
That's how you disguise yourself?
I don't really disguise myself. I'm very out in the open. I mean, maybe there is a disguise to being out in the open, but yeah, that's usually it. That's what.
What? I don't get it.
I like that whole like human farms thing where you're I'm not trying to poke the bear or anything. Like they have some interesting things. They look at some stuff, they get some stuff right, they get some stuff completely wrong. But like, it was very interesting to see like I was like quote tweeted and a lot of that stuff, and it was like retweeted and liked and all this stuff, and then like
Always meant to ask, is
nobody
retweeted
cared,
with
and
one
then
E
I,
or
like,
two E's?
Showed up in sorry?
E or two E?
2 E's. Or, well, 3. Retweeting.
Ah!
Yeah. I was gonna say. It depends if you're saying retweeting or retweeted.
I'm saying retweet.
Well, like 19 at that point. But yeah, no, it was like like the whole like even like the Dick Show thing where they had like that little short like YouTube clip that was like, it was pretty cool. It was condensed and like it didn't get shared around that much, but it was like, here's a nice little sum up of what happened, and it was like everybody singing I am the greatest man in the world. Yeah.
I know the song.
We sang it at the end of the show, and like there's like one clip where like Ralph gets in
What's
the
up, Rick
fight,
M?
and, like there's a great moment where Maximus, Flo, and I are all in the same shot, and like it's like quite predominantly it's like, yo, yeah, no, there's Fed, but like it doesn't get said, and I just thought it was very funny that there was like all these things where they like, well, I didn't like stuff like, I mean, King Farms is gonna do what they're fair.
Did you change your Discord image to
do
a
I have
picture
to
of you
condone
and
it?
Dick?
No. But did they care about Fed? No. That's what I thought was really funny. I'm so banal that they didn't give a shit about me whatsoever. And it's like, oh yeah, no, like I broke up this fight, like I did a bunch of shit, and like Ralph explicitly talked about it, but they're just like, oh, who fucking cares? Fuck Fed. It's like, nice, cool, I like it.
Character is really good support. I already have good support, Spencer. Damn it!
I did, for whatever reason, I thought Ralph was gonna be shorter. I guess I bought it.
I mean, he's not that tall, that's for sure. But he's not like a hobbit
short.
size. He's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
that.
he's-
Yeah, like it's like.
I definitely look at people.
He's definitely
and, like,
wider than I expected. Like, cause I expected it to
well,
be
yeah.
heavy, but I was like,
I do the fallacy of looking at somebody and then thinking that they're like my eye level is like some like metric of how tall they are, which is stupid. But yeah, like I mean, the thing that was more so interesting than anything else was Pei is short as fuck.
oh, of course.
Max
My favorite
is
Newgrounds Flash
cool
game
as
is The
fuck.
Binding of Isaac, obviously, Rick M. That's the correct answer.
I hadn't been introduced to Maximus, but like he knew about us, and so did the guy who does the traveling briefcase guy. that or traveling suitcase guy, like I'd have to figure out exactly who it was. That guy was super legit, knew exactly who I was. And, like, there was enough people that knew who I was, like, or knew about like the ghost thing. Yo, that's what's up. And then also
Yeah.
the Kino corner guard. I have to see if we can get him.
My little place on my little corner of the internet.
Well, he did like a live stream the other day, and I saw it, and he's got like 11,000 followers on like YouTube, but like he did like a stream, and there was like I couldn't see how many people. I don't want to misquote it, so I won't say how many people on it, but it was approximating a ghost level of people on the stream, and like the guy was cool. Like I just ran to like a general store with him, but like again with the
You know Maximus the Merciful? He's got that many followers?
Maximus the Merciful, that guy was a fucking bro. Like,
so when's he coming on the show?
Huh?
When's he coming on the show?
Well, I mean, I was gonna send him a thing. Like, I don't know
Fuck
what he's
yeah.
doing for his Friday bit, but like, if he's not doing anything, then both Geeky and I know him to some extent then, because he said he saw the show, he thought it was very raw, but he watched it because he talked to Geeky a lot and he liked Geeky, and I was like, yo, dude, like Geeky's fucking legit, but me and him, like we did the thing where like we independently like kind of like we like met over dinner, and we're like, oh yeah, like we were like dealing with like Wolf Pup and the way that he was dealing with having like a Cuban dinner, and then he was being a prick about it, and it was like, it was funny, and like it was really interesting. Like it was a funny thing, but it was like, yeah, no, I don't exactly agree with what Wolf Pup's doing here, but the guy's fucking hilarious. I don't fault him whatsoever. He's fucking.
Wait, who's
It's an
Wolf
interesting
Pup?
thing. Wolf Pup is I think he's a moderator in Rob's chat, and if he's not a moderator, he's one of the guys that was in the compound, the Tampa compound. Like he's a long time like
Ralph a friend?
something. At least, yeah. He's a Ralph male. And it was kind of funny because like Maximus was translating, but like he's like
Wait, translated?
we were at a Dominican restaurant, and he speaks Spanish, so he was
In a restaurant or sorry, I didn't.
no, it's probably no, Dominican was too much. It was Cuban, and
I mean, I'm just guessing based on like demographics and
but like Florida has like a specific thing. Well,
there is a decent Dominican population too, though, there as well, but Cubans are the most numerous.
That's the thing, is like I screwed up because I've been to different parts of Florida. I did disaster relief in there, and so like I've met a bunch of people in Florida in different parts, and like I know that they have like it's essentially Chinatown, but for the different like Spanish dialects, and like I know that's insulting for them to get it wrong, and so I try to like relate to that, because like I know I have plenty of like Spanish.
You never spent
friends,
good
like,
time in Hispano Town?
well, no, like I like that. Like I can appreciate the differences, but I'm not always.
We call it home here, Fed.
Well, no, I like. Okay, I'm from Texas. Like I like the.
No, I
differences.
know.
I'm not always like apt to like point out the differences between them. So like I'm kind of reticent to try and like delineate it too far, because it's like I don't want to do it. Like I respect their culture, so honestly, and I don't want to like. I don't want to fuck with them, but Maximus speaks Spanish, and like, like this woman clearly spoke English to Wolf Pup, but she had an accent, and he was like, "Can you tell me that in English?" And like, Maximus like verbally slapped him like right there, like you saw it on his face. I was like, "Oh no, me and this guy are gonna get along." And then like we were like cracking jokes across the table, and then like as we started like throwing back a bunch of drinks, like
If you give me a sec, Fed, I want to end my
realized
stream real quick. I'll be right back. All right, everyone. My favorite Christmas food, prime rib, always. That's the best celebration food. I'm gonna end the stream. I'll be back on probably in 4 hours. I'm gonna go watch Gooooooo, watch Tokyo Godfather. So I'm hyped for that. I'm fucking hyped for that. Everyone, have a wonderful day. Tell your mothers you love them. Go talk to your parents. Talk to your father. Go do that. Have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you all later in the evening. Thanks, Rick M, Spencer, and everyone for stopping by. I will see you later. There'll be more Genshin, by the way.